Hello everyone, it's me, Grisha, and today we are going to talk about air in HOI4. I'll give you some tips that I am using on my multiplayer games, historical games, RP games, whatever you are playing in. It will work in every mod, because they're universal and ultimate. So let's start with how to manage your air wings. For example, let's deploy some fighters. For example, you got like 136 fighters. You can deploy them like this and not get the full efficiency on them. Or you can just deploy 100 air wing fighter, which will be much easier to manage, as we aren't having like airports with 1350 free planes. All of them are like 1200. You understood what I mean. By that, it will be the most efficient one and easier to manage. Or if you got like 10k fighters in stockpile, sometimes it's being very hard to manage them. You're just deploying an air wing of 800 fighters, training them by shift clicking, so once they'll become the highest rank, you'll not waste your fighters on it. And you'll will not have a need to always check how are they going. That's a new feature in Resistance. Once they become regulars, you're just splitting them in 2 air wings. 1 click, second click, third click. And you got 8 air wings, the most efficient and easy to manage. That's how you're doing this. Tactical bombers, close air support, and fighters are all working like this. So that's the best way for them. Now let's go for the strategic bombers or heavy bombers. You must always have them in a stack of 1000. So the biggest amount you got, for example, 656, I don't know. You're deploying 656, the biggest amount of them you're having. For example, 526. And then, once you'll have enough of them, you're just reorganizing the air wing to 1000, adding more heavy fighters to it. Or just raising the limit to 1000, so you'll get planes instantly once you'll produce them. That's also a cool feature which not everyone are using. The second and maybe the most important thing is using more ground crews. For example, you set it up all your things like this, and to get more efficiency on them, you're just clicking on this, wasting 20 command power and getting 10% more efficiency. Almost for free, but your planes are fighting 10% better. In historical games, it's very, very important. And sometimes if the air control, for example, Canada is not using ground crews and Hungary is using, Axis will of course win the air war. And if you'll be in such a situation, please use it. Because you have watched my video, you know now it. Yeah, and also naval bombers also must be in a stack of 1000 naval bombers. By this way they got the biggest efficiency, as they all targeting the same target, for example, the battleship. And you will just right click those battleships by getting 1000 naval bombers. That's about how to manage your air wings. Now quick brief on scout planes or transport planes. I'll deploy the scout planes. Deploy them in a wings of 100. That's just the best way how to use them. Scout planes are giving you info about your enemy by a mission called Air Recon. Just get them, and I could train up some divisions just to show you this thing. Later. And transport planes, if you're going to paradrop, don't select any missions on them. Just I mean, it's already in the mission how to paradrop, but don't set up any missions on them if you want to paradrop. So have them like this. Then get the paratroopers in this airport and paradrop. If you want a supply, just select the air supply, but it will cost you command power. It's very important, don't forget about this. And by this way you'll get extra supply. If you have already dropped your paradroppers, for example, and still don't have any port near them. That's about transport planes. Scout planes are just collecting information about the divisions of your enemy. For example, by having scout planes, now I know that France got division here and division here. Or for example on Switzerland border. That's how they are working. You kinda got the information, the consistency of the enemy divisions and where they are deployed. That's about scout planes. Now let's quickly go to the doctrines. First doctrine, strategic destruction, is only for strategic bombers because you're getting the biggest amount of buffs for it, like day bombing or night bombing, whatever way you choose. Second is for CAS, mostly, or tactical bombers. If you will select it, be 100% sure that you'll have complete green air, so your CAS will not be shut down, because you aren't getting much buffs for fighters. And operational integrity is kinda a mix of all of them, but the best way to use it is, it's mainly just for fighter doctrine. So first is strategic destruction, second is CAS and tactical bombers, and the third is for fighters. Just remember it. Yep. That's about the air for now. A quick exploit which you can do, but some servers don't allow it, is that you can, if you got an air wing of one fighter, the aces, the aces, I'll quickly select one, for example, Erich Booby Hartmann. It is giving you additional max speed, air attack, agility, they're all different. By this you'll farm the aces very fast, and then you can assign them to other air wings. That's a small exploit, you can use it in single player, but most of multiplayer servers don't allow it. Yeah, okay. Now you got a small exploit from me about this. Now let's talk about on what should you upgrade your fighters or tactical bombers. Everything first. Engine. Engine 5 is a must-have thing on all of your airplanes. Once you get some experience, you must always upgrade it on engine, because you are only getting buffs from it. Max speed and agility, which are important buffs. If you will select attack or range, you're going to get minus reliability. This is like reliability is how good the quality of your plane. For example, if you got 100% reliability, that means you will not be shut down in the first battle, and if you got 1% reliability, you'll be shut down in the first battle. That's a simple example. How's it working? Small brief for the new players on what to use the close air support, fighters, and all this thing. Close air support is maximum amount of ground attack. Fighters are to intercept enemy CAS, tactical bombers, mostly. Naval bombers are to destroy the ships of your enemy or port strike them. Heavy fighters are a better version of fighters, but they cost more, and they are mainly to intercept strategic bombers. Tactical bombers can be used in many... They're kinda universal. They're between Naval bombers and strategic bombers and CAS. They combine all the features they got. They can close air support, they can strat bomb, they can naval strike. If you're having a concentrated industry and you don't wanna really go deep into it, just do tactical bombers and you'll be alright. Strategic bombers got only one mission, and this is to strat bomb your enemy factories. You can select the type of what you want to strat bomb here. Just click on it, then specialize on this cross, and you can select what things you wanna especially bomb. And I recommend you to first bomb the airports of your enemy, so he will not be able to intercept your strat bombers. And the last thing is scout planes. They're just gathering information about your enemy. That's all. The advanced interceptors and all of these things are the copies of the planes. So that was the guide on what you should do in HOI4 to win every air battle. Thanks for staying with me. That was, yeah, I believe it was informative and it really helped you. Use all of those tips I gave to you, or if you are a new guy, just follow the doctrines. They are very important. Upgrade the plane on engine 5 every time, and win your enemies. Stay tuned and healthy for new HOI4 tutorials from me. Also, I stream on Twitch daily, so link down in the description below. Goodbye everyone.